On this week's road trip, come along and decode a spy ring.
In 1790, George Washington came to town.
Head on, kill any shrimp, so you kind of just rip the head off.
We'll get your mouth watering.
I think it was the texture that seemed really appealing to me, like the crunch factor. It was really good.
So good. You might hear wind, but it's okay because we're 100 floors up in the sky.
We're on top of the world.
My heart is beating out of my chest right now.
And we're going out on a limb.
It gets you out onto the rock where you otherwise would never be.
So don't leave us hanging. Road trip starts now.
Ready, set, go!
Hello and welcome to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. We've mapped out some local adventures so you can make the most of your summer. So let's hit the gas and get going. Nestled in 4,000 acres of protected forest and overlooking a pristine lake, Mohonk Mountain House offers countless activities and experiences for guests of all ages. But it's a new offering that's taking us to new heights.
High above the hills of the Hudson Valley sits the Mohonk Mountain House, an adventure resort destination that families have flocked to for decades. And when you stay the night, you'll get the chance to experience a different side to adventure. My heart is beating out of my chest right now. Yes, I am 75 feet above ground, but it's really because of this vantage point. You can't get this anywhere else other than right here at Mohonk's Pinnacle Ledge Tours and Via Ferrata.
It's incredibly inspiring. It gets you out onto the rock where you otherwise would never be.
Strapped, harnessed, and briefed on safety. Within a couple of hours, your Pinnacle Ledge Tour will walk you through historic paths and ultimately to this narrow aerial walkway.
It's multi-dimensional. It takes advantage of what you see behind me and what I'm standing on, which is a lot of exposed rock and cliff faces.
Don't worry, you are securely attached the entire time, and your guide is there to talk you through every step. But if you want to take it further, try the first and only Via Ferrata in the Mohonk Mountains.
It allows people who otherwise aren't inclined to do like a normal rock climbing experience, an easier way to get into this and have a cliff face experience.
It fuses the thrills of expert guided rock climbing and views unique to our region.
It's incredibly immersive in that in some cases you're in the canopy of the trees, in other places you're out above the tree canopy. They achieve this and I'd suggest life-changing experience together.
Traversing steep landscapes and ledges can make you feel challenged, inspired, and connected to nature in more ways than one. There are Via Ferratas and Pinnacle Ledges at landmarks all over the world, but for the first time, there is now one here in the Hudson Valley, and it's just a quick road trip close to home. In New Paltz, Nikita Ramos, News 12.
A Long Island market has gone viral for a sour reason. Their pickle sandwiches pack a big punch, so we took a road trip to see what's the big deal. Get it? Deal?
It has been pickle mania. That's really how you can sum it up. People have been going crazy over pickled sandwiches. This week, we anticipate going through about 50 pails. We went through 20 pails in 3 days. These are what the pickles look like. And I slice it like a hero. We didn't always have it on the menu. I had a summertime cashier that came back from college, and her sister tried it out.
Today, I'm going to be trying a pickle sandwich.
And that was Gabby, and Gabby's the one that got a bunch of views on TikTok. She ended up getting like 2 million views, and it just exploded after that.
That is so good. I saw a video on TikTok a few weeks ago. I've never heard of like a pickle sandwich before, or just anything similar to this. I think it was the texture that seemed really appealing to me, like the crunch factor. It was really good.
We learned about it from TikTok. We just drove by, our car was stopped right in front. We looked over, we were like,
wait a minute, that's Seven Brothers, and there was no other choice. We had to pull in. So we went with 3 pickle sandwiches, turkey, provolone, lettuce, bacon, and this is gonna be the perfect snack for the beach.
We've been in business over 50 years. It's incredible to, finally get recognized, be like kind of put on the map.
Go get a pickle sandwich. Okay.
It's exciting. I hope to get new customers from this, and people could see like what we're all about.
Now it's time to get your body moving at a truly unique New York City location. On this road trip, strike a pose and kiss the sky.
It's right here at the highest outdoor sky deck in the Western Hemisphere.
You might hear wind, but it's okay because we're 100 floors up in the sky.
That New Yorkers get to exercise like they never have before.
I mean, look at the views, like it's iconic.
Doesn't get much better than this when it comes to a view.
If you're a New Yorker, this is absolutely your bucket list moment. You cannot call yourself a New Yorker if you have not done fitness in the sky at the edge.
At over 1,000 feet in the air, this view of the Big Apple from the sky deck at Hudson Yards is breathtaking.
1 inch fast. 1 inch forward.
And so is today's Pilates class, led by Equinox fitness instructor Sean Kopetz.
I've had the opportunity to teach in Central Park and MetLife Stadium, but to come here and to teach and look around, you forget for a second where you are.
Fitness in the Sky offers more than just awe-inspiring views. Snag a spot in a cardio boxing class, yoga class, or even cardio dance class, all at 100 stories in the air.
These are instructors who really are the best of the best in a category of their own. And when you put that with a view that's literally also in a league of its own, the two just make magic together, and you can't find that elsewhere.
To get your exercise on at 100 stories up, head to news12.com to learn more.
And this next road trip has high and low attractions. It's the jewel in the heart of Long Beach Island, a place where everyone feels like a kid and memories are made at Fantasy Island.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Right now we're in the center of Fantasy Island Amusement Park, which is a small-scale amusement park as parks go, but has a lot packed into it with 18 rides, 13 boardwalk games, an arcade, and lots of food outlets.
You know we gotta check out the arcade. Ooh, I got 40.
Ready, set, go!
The experience at Fantasy Island is very family friendly. We cater to small children, so all families that have young ones, as well as all age groups, really. There's a lot to do for everybody, and you're gonna get an extra personal touch here. So very big on guest services. We're gonna make sure everybody has a great experience.
Here we go. Woo! Ah!
When the kids start to arrive, the park comes to life, the lights come on, the music comes on. It's really quite exciting. You could have a really tough day, you turn the corner, you see kids laughing, smiling, having a good time. That's the best part.
Next ride. Hold on tight.
We've got a lot of new and exciting additions to the park this year. We've been replacing and upgrading a lot of the rides over the last 7 years. If you haven't been here recently or never been here, I think it's a really unique Jersey Shore experience that needs to be experienced firsthand, and we love showing it off. So just encourage folks to come check it out.
Thank you. Oh, it's a single with a french fry.
Essex is a quintessential New England town where you can find history, culture, and family fun. News 12 photojournalist Lori Goliath takes us to this picturesque town along the Connecticut River.
It's one of the best places to be in Connecticut.
Essex is a wonderfully quintessential New England town.
We're at the Essex Steam Train and Riverboat, and right behind me is our historic 1920 steam locomotive. It reminds people what travel was like in the early 1900s. It really enlightens the senses. You hear the clickety-clack of these steel wheels on the rails. You hear the chuff of the locomotive. What kid doesn't love trains? And this is a train you're not going to find anywhere close.
The Connecticut River Museum, which is currently celebrating its 50th anniversary. Onrus was built as a replica of Adrian Block's original vessel. So this is a great vessel to be out on to sort of explore the history of the river and to sort of see the greenery that still exists on this part of the Connecticut River. And the second boat is called River Quest. We give everyone who comes on board binoculars. It's a great time to come and sort of go further north on the river. But we also have a lot of things that are really fun for kids to do inside of the museum. On the third floor, in sort of recognition of the museum's 50th anniversary, we have a special exhibition all about navigation.
Essex in general has boatload of history, downtown Essex just being one other place.
We are at the historic Griswold Inn, and we are the oldest continuously operating inn in America. We haven't shut our doors since 1776. So at the Grizz, there's 3 restaurants essentially under one roof. Right now, we're in our contemporary wine bar and bistro, which we have contemporary small plates, tapas style, more fusion cuisine with about 40 wines by the glass. This is an Italian white wine flight. This is a chillable red, pairs well with just about anything in the summer. We have the tap room, which offers live music 5 nights a week, and we have about 30 rooms to stay over for the night or a nice long weekend.
We've got a great toy store in town. We have an ice cream store. We have a candy store. We have a great pet store. The River Lane is a fantastic women's store. We have all women's fashions, everything from dresses for weddings to picnics. It's a perfect weekend trip. We've got it all here in Essex. Come visit us.
Welcome back to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. General George Washington, who later became president, created a spy ring, and historians say this espionage network turned the tide in the American Revolution. So let's discover these historic sites on Long Island that inspired the TV show Turn and takes us back to 1778. There's even a museum here in Oyster Bay dedicated to the war and the spy trail. When people come to Raynham Hall, what will they see here?
Dioramas which show on a miniature scale what life was like in Oyster Bay during the Revolution. Everything from the first ever Valentine's letter written in America, handwritten letters by Alexander Hamilton. For those who are more martial, you can see muskets, swords.
Next door you have one of the homes that was actually here during the Revolutionary War.
It's a recreation of what the house would have looked like during that time when it was occupied by the British.
What else can you tell us to kind of drive home the point of why the spy ring was needed?
They were able to foil British plots to destroy the American economy, enable the Americans to launch attacks on the British, and just generally make themselves more of a nuisance than they otherwise could have been.
Okay, what would you say is a must-stop spot along the spy trail?
So I would say you definitely have to visit Setauket.
Now we're in Setauket, where the television show Turn about the Revolutionary War spies was based. While President George Washington was trying to win the Revolutionary War in 1778, he used people and resources from Manhattan, Long Island, and Connecticut to embark on the creation of espionage in the United States of America. Our first stop is here at the Caroline Church of Brookhaven. Why is this significant to the spy trail?
The big part about it is that during the Revolutionary War, it was used as a headquarters for British officers. And during renovations in the church in the 1930s, when they were straightening the steeple, they discovered this musket ball. It was most likely from the Battle of Setauket in 1777. So this is the Setauket Presbyterian Church, established in 1660, but in 1790, George Washington came to town, and he went to church services here with all members of the Setauket-based Culper Spy Ring. We're coming to the graveside of Abraham Woodhull, friend and confidant of George Washington, and operated under the alias of Samuel Culper Sr.
Okay, we're at our last stop, Patriots Rock.
Yes, this was used during the Battle of Setauket by Patriot forces as a base of operation when they launched their attack on the British at Fort Setauket.
And that's because all this land was cleared out, so it was a high point so they could see what was going on.
It really has taken a history lover's experience to see this community to a whole new level.
Well, hopefully people will come out and see the Washington Spy Trail for themselves. The Washington Spy Trail tours really do help bring history to life. So does a round of mini golf, cold beer, and seafood overlooking epic New York City views sound like fun? Let's head to Brooklyn to find out.
Brooklyn Crab is more than a seafood restaurant.
We're known mainly for the space. We have 3 floors with amazing views.
Views that include the Statue of Liberty and the Manhattan skyline that you can take in while sipping on your favorite cocktail or beer. But this venue has something for everyone, says General Manager Victor Castillo.
We have a beer garden with 9 holes of mini golf, a sandbox for kids. We have 4 bars in total.
There's also an array of games to play, some for the athletic, others for the clever-minded, and some the kids will definitely love. But a trip to Brooklyn Crab wouldn't be complete without, well, seafood.
What do we have here?
So here we have the BK pot. The BK pot is I guess like a boil all in one pot. We have Dungeness crab, we have shrimp, we have a lobster tail, sausage.
Victor says using tools is the easiest way to get into a lobster tail.
So we kind of crack it.
Gotta really work for your food.
Yeah, you do. Then you got your lobster tail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next up, we tackle shrimp.
Peel and eat shrimp, it's really simple. Head on, peel and eat shrimp, so you kind of just rip the head off, the tail off, and then just the shell. It's really messy, but it's worth it.
And of course, we have to try the crab.
The crab is really easy. Comes with a cluster. They're all come in a cluster. You just take it off the cluster. And then you can just go in there with your cracker, kind of crack the shell.
I always take so long trying to get the leg out. Like, and then you use like a straw and everything. You made it look like it was so easy.
Yeah.
Another Brooklyn crab staple is the New England clam chowder.
So the clam chowder recipe has been the same since Brooklyn Crab opened. It's one of the fan favorites.
Take in the fresh seafood and friendly faces while watching a boat pass by.
And before you leave, snap a photo with this hammerhead shark so you can remember this road trip close to home. In Red Hook, Nadia Galindo, News 12.
Hasbro's Game Room is open at the American Dream Mall. The entertainment center is over 41,000 square feet, offering arcade games, attractions, and full-service dining. Immerse yourself in iconic games like Battleship, Candyland, Trivial Pursuit, and of course, a family favorite, Monopoly. For hours and information, scan that QR code. Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo is excited to announce the return of Teddy Bear Festival on Saturday, July 20th. This very fun day will feature children's activities and storytelling focusing on bear awareness and facts about real bears. Plus, bring your teddy bear to the Teddy Bear Clinic at the Peacock Pavilion and get a free health checkup for your favorite stuffed animal. Scan the QR code for more. The New Jersey Hall of Fame is now open at the American Dream Mall. The 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art attraction celebrates hundreds of Jersey legends. Visitors can get a chance to do virtual reality tours in space with Mark Kelly and sing karaoke with Frank Sinatra. You will be immersed in some real Jersey pride. For more information, scan that QR code.